Yeah, obviously looking forward to an exciting challenge ahead. Came right out of the blue, if I'm honest. I think I was sad and disappointed when I saw Phil had left, but then the opportunity came to come and speak, and yeah, it's going to be a huge challenge, but one that we're really relishing.
How surprised were you to see Phil Parkinson move on somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, it's just sometimes in football you don't know what's around the corner, and that's happened for a few months. People have moved on, but yeah, it was a surprise. But Phil did a fantastic job here. He moves on to Bolton, and we've just got to look forward to what we can do and what we can bring to Bradford City now.
There is a school of thought that people say you should never go back, and you've made the decision that you are back at Bradford City. Why?
Because it's a great opportunity, a fantastic football club. People say never go back as a player. I came back as a player and had a little bit of success. So no, it's all positives. I've been obviously out of day-to-day management for a year now. I've had opportunities to go back. I said only a month ago I was actually looking, in an ideal world for a club that really had a good fan base, it had a good structure. It was matching my ambitions, what I want to do to a football club and with a football club, and it's a perfect fit for me. The last time I was here, it certainly wasn't a perfect fit, but it is now.
What do you think has changed then? Because it is very much changing times here at Bradford City, brand new owners.
Yeah.
What's their ambition and what targets are they setting you?
Yeah, no, I think obviously two very ambitious guys, energetic and enthusiastic. I think it'll be slightly different. I'll have to learn a little bit off them, and likewise they'll have to learn off us. And it's the first sort of into the football side of it for the both of the lads. No, all the meetings have been positive, and we just want to keep the momentum going that has been built up in the last few years. At the club. As I say, going back, don't like to keep looking back, but last time I was here, the club had just dropped into the bottom division. In hindsight, I let my heart rule my head because it was just a place I was going to come to. But it was a totally different football club, and I was a totally different manager. I was a rookie, I'd come from the Premier League down to the bottom level, didn't know the level, didn't know the players, but you get on with it. But that was 9 years ago, so I'm certainly a different person, a different manager, and the club is a very positive club to come into.
What messages have they given you in terms of transfer kitty, budget, how much you're going to have to spend on players, that kind of thing?
There's no. It's a different structure, as we say. I mean, we've got to look. I think loan play was so important last season to a lot of clubs. I mean, certainly here at Bradford, and we look at the likes of Barnsley, the lads they brought in and managed to get promotion. But we also want to develop as own if we can, and bring players to the club that we can develop. But I'm also fortunate in the fact that, although it's not a big squad we inherit good players and a really good dressing room and good senior professionals. So we've got to get a mix of youth. Regarding budgets, we don't talk about budgets. We get the best players we can, and so there's nothing been fixed in stone as yet. But we started trying to recruit as soon as we come to the club.
Without talking specifics on money then, you are confident that they will provide you with the backing to give Bradford City a serious crack at getting into the Championship this season?
Yeah, I mean that's got to be the aim. As I say, the club have been progressing nicely over the last few seasons, and we don't want that momentum to stop. There's some big clubs coming down, but it's about getting the best. For me as a person, as a manager, it's getting the best of what you've got, whatever that may be. Now, whether it's been big signings coming in, or young signings, or young players, or players on loan, whatever it may be, it's about getting the best of what you've got, and that's something that I've managed to do in the last few years, and look forward to doing that.
And do you feel that you've got enough time on your side to get this squad assembled for the start of the season? Yeah,
I think it's not about, obviously you don't want to miss out on targets, but again, it's not about bringing in somebody who's quick if he's not the right person, the right player. There's a lot of players out there at this moment in time. Likewise, as I've reiterated, the loan market has been, you look at Bradford last season, the two midfield boys they brought in, the centre half, they were key players. So again, and it's not a time where you rush into loans, but we don't want to fill this team with other people's players. We want to develop us on. So if there's a market out there that we can bring players to the club, and build, then that's what we'll do.